how much wood could a woodchuck chuck if a woodchuck could chuck wood?
It's a tongue wrecker.
Yeah. Thank you for that one.
Yeah, I enjoyed it.
And drum roll. What color is the current pair of your underwear if you have one on? Maybe I should say. Okay, next question.
2% though.
Oh, this one is for me. Maybe you should read it.
Oh, it is?
Yeah. There you go. You just stole it.
And for Firebirde. Why is your name Firebirde?
Oh, that's an easy one. I actually love phoenix birds. Well, I didn't want to be named Phoenix, so I thought, why not Firebird? And actually, the E on the end is a typo. That's kind of stuck with me, so.
Yeah. And what is your most memorable cosplay experience?
Oh, that's a tricky one. Either one, it should be from this summer when we made the Homestuck Elite, or it should be from the summer before when you had your friend over here from the United States.
Yeah?
Oh, it was so funny. We were going.
You can tell that story.
We were going by the bus. No, sorry. After the convention, we were going back to the hotel by bus, and it was kind of late. I think it was a Friday or a Saturday. Anyway, when we got on the bus, there were a couple of drunk people in the back, and of course, we sat close to them. And one of the guys started to talk with your American friend.
Yeah, and he talked in Swedish, and she was American, so she didn't understand anything he said.
And she got scared of him because he started to talk more, and he started to grab her arm.
Plus that he was drunk, so...
Oh yeah, he smelled so bad. Anyway, I got really mad at him, and I told him to back off. And he got, well, mad at me or something. He just started to, oh, what do you want?
Oh, you almost know, she was cosplaying Alice from Pandora Hearts, and you know how Alice is. She's really in character.
I actually told them that if I didn't back off, I was gonna crack his nuts.
Yeah.
I was so fucking mad at him.
It was funny.
Yeah, and the funny thing is, he didn't know what I was talking about, but his friends, they got dead silent when I said that word. And his girlfriend was like, no, come back, she's like scary. And then we hopped off the bus and took another one.
And she made him say sorry too.
Yeah. That was so funny. Yeah. So yeah, I was Alice.
Okay. This question is from 2GGS. I think you asked.
No, you read that one.
Tell us more stories about your dolls, and do they have a personality? I want to know what they are like. Well, I will skip She and Al and Nier and Kurt because you who know who these characters are probably know their story, so I'm gonna skip them.
Because they are...
Yeah, they are like they are in the animes and in real life there.
Yeah.
So, if we skip them, then my stories... Okay, I'm gonna tell these stories properly some other time, so I will just briefly tell about them.
Yeah, otherwise we can go on.
Yes, and this vlog will be much more than 4 parts. Yeah. I'm good at talking.
Yes, we are, both of us.
Yeah.
Okay, sorry, we're never getting out of chat. The dolls, yeah.
Yes. We can start with Aurea.
Oh, Aurea.
Yes.
She's so pretty.
I can't tell Aurea's story without telling about Audience. So, we're gonna tell about Audience and Aurea's story. Briefly.
Yeah.
Yes. It started with... I will also tell how we made up and... It started with... We found these eyes. These eyes that glows in the dark.
Oh.
And we just fell in love with those eyes and was like...
Oh, can you stop staring at them?
Yes. And this was back in the days when BJDs was not so common. It was like only Asia pretty much who had these dolls.
I remember that time.
Yes. Now you can find them like everywhere, but back then it was pretty unusual.
And hard.
Very unusual, yeah. So we found these eyes and we fell in love with them. We were like, we gotta make up a story about it. We gotta make dolls with these eyes. And we started to talk and make up this little story about Aurea and Augin, and their names has meaning to them too. I think Aurea means goddess of darkness or something, and Augi means the one who should be feared or something.
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah, they have made a really good story there.
Yes, very
deep, dark story.
Deep, dark,
and then we started to browse all over the internet, trying to find sites with like. We could see the characters in our heads, how we wanted them, like with big eyes, and and we started to look for them everywhere, and then we found these heads and found bodies for them, and and I got my Aurea's body and head come together, and she only got the head because her body was bought in another company. Okay. So I was there with my body and my head, and she there with her head, but I couldn't put my head on the body because since they are twins, they have to be born at the same time.
I felt so sorry for you. You were sitting there, I want to
put
them together, but I can't.
I was like having it in a box and just waiting for her to get her body as well. And the moment when she got her body, we was like, okay, now they will get born. Now they will get born. And we were like, okay, ready? 1, 2, 3, and then Aurea and Augi was born.
Yep.
Happy story.
That was so awesome.
Yes, and if you should tell about their personalities, they are humans. So they didn't know for the longest time why their eyes looked like they did, and none of the people in their surroundings know why they were looking so different either.
So they were treated differently.
So they were treated differently, yeah. And so they became differently too, since they only had each other, and so they become kind of very unsocial to everybody else, because it was only they who understand each other, and so they didn't need anybody else.
Like normal life is usually a bit different. You can get teased and
bullied, teased, abused. They had a pretty hard life, and then their parents died, and they got separated.
It was so heartbreaking.
And they were like inseparable, and now they were going to separate, and they were gone from each other for years. It was so sad. But now they found each other again.
Yeah, but they're happy.
Yes, they are happy. Finally.
And they want to go out in the snow, but that's another
But I will tell their story more deeply some other time.
Yeah, thank you.
Kaoru. When I made Kaoru, he was first Al. But then I bought another doll to be Al because I didn't think Kaoru's face looked like Al. So I was like, what should I make with this face now? Because he had really big eyes and everything, and I was like, what should I do? And I started to... I think I actually built him first, and then was like... And then his personality built from what I made, actually.
I think it was something like that.
Yeah, and his story is... his personality. He's a noble man, and he's a psychiatrist, and he's a very good one.
Oh, yes.
And it's the reason why he is so good psychiatrist, because he can see what other people can't see. He can see your aura, so he knows who you are and how you feel and everything before he even talks to you. And he sees ghosts, so he helps ghosts to the other sides, and he helps you to feel better, and it doesn't stop until he feels like your aura is healed, and that's why he's so good.
He's so cute and nice.
Yes.
Hug him.
Yes. And then we can talk about Kyoshiro. He also wants to be called Kara.
Yeah.
Like if you ask him what his name is, he will tell you that his name is Kara.
Yep.
He's only the closest to know that his real name is Kyoshiro, so shh, you don't know this.
Oh,
oh God, I'm sorry, Kara. I didn't want to expose your secret.
But you did. You're awful. No, you're not. We love you.
Anyway, he's kind of a loner. He walks in these woods all alone. When he was younger, he lived with his forest brother. But
which you really have to get to see.
Yes, I will.
Someday.
Yes, I'm saying.
Sorry, keep talking.
Anyway, but when he turned 15, he started to be alone in the forest, and he was walking through woods, and one winter, Kaoru, which I was just talking about, find Kara.
Oh, you did? Oh, yeah, sorry. Interrupting again. Keep talking.
And Kaoru really wanted to help Kara, and very much because he kind of found his soulmate in Kaoru, like Kara, I mean. Because he saw his Kara's aura and he was like falling in love with him at the first moment, and he wanted to keep him in his life because
So sad but so cute.
Yes, and Kara found Haruka and fell in love with him, but then they broke up, and it's a long story. Anyway, I'm gonna stop there, but it's like a
spoiler alert. Stop.
Yes, it's very spoiler alert here. So I must stop. I'm gonna tell this story some other time.
And it's gonna be awesome, I tell you.
Yes.
Who should you tell?
Sakura.
Yeah, sure. Right.
My sister, when I was little, she got Sakura just some months after I got She, who was my first doll. But some years she felt like she didn't have time for Sakura. She didn't know what she was going to do with her and everything, so she gave her to me. And so I didn't want to turn her into someone else, so I decided to take her character and build it into my own instead, because it felt better for me. So she is this kind of person who loves stories, and she reads a lot, and she has this view on romance and how she wants romance to be, and she falls in love with Kaoru, who is in love with Kara, who is in love with somebody else, Haruka. So it's like a triangle drama there. Yes.
It's so sad but so cute.
I'm a satellite heart lost in the dark. I'm spun out so far.
And then we have Haruka. No, I'm going to talk about Eiichi and Sumi too, because they were before Haruka.
Okay.
In Body-wise. I
bought
bought Eiichi and Tsumi first, before Haruka, so I'm going to tell about them first.
You do that. Yes. And I sit here and just like...
Yes. Itsumi, Eiichi and Itsumi are pretty small creature who lives in the forest, so they are not part of anything of the other doll stories, because they're living in their world in the forest. So yeah. And Itsumi is a fairy princess, and Eiichi is a half cat, half human creature. And one day he finds this fairy in the forest, and he fell in love with her. Like, it's briefly, he's like really falling in love with her, crazy falling in love with her. And it's a very, he has to like really fight for their love, and I'm not gonna tell too much there either.
They're basically cute together.
Yes, they're cute. And then we have Haruka. And Haruka's story... Yes. Haruka's story is very dark, so I'm not going to tell it too much.
No.
I'm going to tell about it some other time for real, but for now I'm going to tell it very briefly. But he has been abused, like, both mentally and physical. And and because of that, he has been abused like this for his whole life. So he has been pretty like everybody else up there, and I'm here, and I'm gonna push everybody else away, kind of. But one day he meets Augin.
Yeah, he does.
Augin,
my boy.
And Augin talks to this boy, and he's feeling like that it's not like it should be.
No, there's something special about him.
Yeah, so he decides that he has to save this boy, like, at once. So just some hours after he meets him, he decides to run away with him, save him, and he's like risking his own life to save Haruka.
Basically, he's risking everything if he's saving,
because they are coming after Haruka later, and
they are.
He is protecting him. And Haruka is very thankful for that.
Well, they should be.
Yes. I'm not going to tell too much either
No.
because there's going to be telling me that too. Yes.
We stop here. So.
Yeah.